sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and Sterling Savings Bank. Friday Night Sports Extra starts right now.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to week number 2 of Friday Night Sports Extra. If everybody at home only knew what happens here behind the scenes, because about 2 minutes ago we were all running around with our hair on fire.
It's we're sweating here on week 2. You know, we always say the biggest improvement is from week 1 to week 2. I'm not necessarily sure that's going on.
I got to see cows today, okay? Whenever that happens, holy cow.
All right, we'll stand over there because you're a little gamey right now.
You know what? I was walking through some stuff, I'll tell you that, but we'll see that a little bit later.
I didn't see any cows. I saw a lot of Bears and Titans, though. Sold out, basically. Standing room only out in Spokane Valley for the Greasy Pig. And when CV and U-High play in any sport, they put on quite a show. 14 all at the half, second half. Bears looking good. Braden Crump goes up top to Brandon Garcia. He's wide open. He's Keith Oso open. Look out. Oh, he gets taken down. No, I wouldn't have got caught from behind. It's okay. He's inside the 20-yard line. That sets up Taylor Evans. He punches it in for CV. Bears up by 7 in the third quarter. More CV and more Evans. He knows that the bird is the word, and that means they're going to get into the end zone. Bears up by 14 in the fourth quarter. This game's over. But here comes U-High. Tony Tabish showing off the gun. Are you kidding? Brantley Thornton's there. He takes it inside the 10. Titans in business, and they'd finish from there. Tabish looked good tonight. He goes on the rollout, finds Jordan Cunanan. He's right there in the end zone. Touchdown. Titans down by only 7. They get the ball back. Final minute. Striking distance to the end zone, but Tabish fumbles. Terrible shooting on my part, but he fumbled. Branson Schmidt jumps on it for CV. They go on to win it 28-21 in a thriller, and Schmidt and company are pretty happy out there in the valley.
Well, me and actually one of my teammates had it, and I was like, dude, I got it. So he passed it under me. I grabbed it, and then as soon as people started getting off, I just went nuts, man. It was awesome.
Oh, my God. Just second half, we came out and put 2 in right away, which was really great for us. And then just making some plays at the stretch there. It was a good game. I'll tell you, that was about as hard fought a one as we've had in a while.
I guess they're excited. We got the CV cheerleaders are over here in the locker room. Okay, pipe down. They got the trophy, the Greasy Pig, the CV cheerleaders. They're going to be here all night. We're going to see lots of them. They're excited. We're excited. Derek, are you excited?
Definitely excited. But you know what? That wasn't the only good game. In addition to the Greasy Pig, 2 of the best teams in the GSL, Gonzaga Prep and Ferris, squaring off in the late game at Joe Albee Stadium tonight, and this one lived up to the billing. Connor Halliday hands to the fullback, Drew Sharkey, the coach's son. You got to give him some love. A 1-yard touchdown right there. But back comes Gonzaga Prep. Shane Schmidlkofer, tough name to pronounce, but he is awfully good. Swings it out to Nick Leno. He gets just inside the pylon as the Bullpups tie this puppy up. Then from near midfield, it's Schmidlkofer calling his own number, making people miss, and you can forget about it. One of 2 long runs on the day for the junior quarterback. Look at this final. Gonzaga Prep over the Saxons, 38-35 is your final. All right, LC taking on Meade in the early game back out at Albee. Handoff right here to Mike Smith. 1-yard touchdown run puts the Panthers up 7-0 early. The Tigers couldn't get it going on offense. The fumble. Oh, look what I found. That's Meade's Brendan Myers. He takes it in for the touchdown. Panthers up 14-zip. The wingman happy at home. The Tigers did get it going late, though, as quarterback Jeff Livingston rolls out, steps up, and fires downfield to Craig Elo's son, Austin Elo. A lot of big schools looking at him, but it was not even close in this one. Panthers, too much for the Tigers. They win the catfight 28-13.
Derek referring to the wingman on Pachinoso and the wingman. He is a Meade Panther supporter, so he's much happier than he was last week. North Central and East Valley, we're into the 3A portion of the GSL schedule. Adam Fisher firing up the troops. The Knights at home against the Indians, the dreaded opening kickoff. Ensuing the national anthem, Alex Rockstrom. This kid's a rock star on this play. Hippity-hop and then gone. 96 yards. He's looking around going, where are the Indians? They're nowhere in sight. 7-0 Mighty Knights. That's why you got to get to the game on time. North Central trying to rally, but Zach Ames. Oh, that is a big fumble. Joey Strelo just looking back going, I got it. North Central on their own 1-yard line, though. Quarterback Zach Hill gets leveled by Joey Meade. Ball pops out into the end zone. Knights recover. They go on to win it 35-13. They get their first victory of the season. Thursday night, it was Rogers taking on Shadle Park. 2 more of the 3A GSL teams. Highlanders down 7-0 in the second until Danny Roten scores from 6 yards out, but the extra point is blocked. Still 7-6 Rogers. Pirates take over in the second half. 3rd and goal. Tyler Lehman finds Robert Van Gundy. Well, that's a great name. We're going to have fun with him all year long. Matt Meathy shaking everybody's hand. He's not running for the mayor of Hilliard. He's just the coach, and he's happy. Snapping a 40-game losing streak last year, Justin Musey takes it up the gut, nails it in. Matt Meathy, who was Keith Oso's all-state teammate and said Oso was a bum. He was much better than Oso. The Pirates win it last night 20-6. Also, don't forget Mount Spokane on the road. Thanks for the call from Clarkston. Not! Mount Spokane wins it 33-13.
Moses Lake, how I miss thee. Man, the memories we've had. The Fighting Derek Dices tonight making a long trip over to Coeur d'Alene to take on the Vikings in their home opener. Vikings get on the board with a trick play. Quarterback Ryan Dutton going to toss a swing pass sometime here to Connor Williams. He goes back to Dutton. Check this out, 26 yards. Yeah, fancy moves right there. The payphone bank in full operation, 7-6 after the missed PAT. Chiefs go back on top, though, when quarterback Ryan Signorelli fires a 4-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Wilkes. 13-6 lead in the third. Vikings offense, though, or the defense was huge tonight. Signorelli going to get picked by Vikings. Drew Turbin returns it 60 yards. Yeah, he's gone, putting up the Vikes for good, 20-13. They had 8 sacks, 2 picks, and that takeaway. Vikings win it 22-13 on the evening. Sorry, Derek.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it's sure good to see an East Valley number 45 making plays again, just like the old days. The thinner days. Also, don't forget, if you missed this, you started a little bit early, you can always go to our website. It's 700ESPN.com or ESPNNorthwest.com, whichever is your favorite. It goes there. It takes you to the same place. You can listen to Patrick Olson and the Wingman live. You can check out all of Friday Night Sports Extra, all the Cougars, all the everybody right there on ESPNNorthwest.com. Now, Ben, I don't want to say anything, but we got the almanac out here, or the map, or whatever, and the cheerleaders are figuring out where you're going next week, and cows might be involved. I don't want to say anything. Much more football coming back up when Friday Night Sports Extra continues.
Sports Extra, the Central Valley cheerleaders celebrating a win tonight. Who'd be celebrating a win between Post Falls and Cheney? The Trojans making a trip over to Cheney. This one exciting. D'Angelo Jones going to take the snap. He starts right, cuts back to the middle, and finds some daylight. A 43-yard touchdown, 6-0. Blackhawks, they missed the extra point, but on the dreaded ensuing kickoff, Jordan Pastris, he's going to field it at the 10, and when we break out the ensuing, you know what happens. He's gone. 90 yards, turns on the Jets. Smell you later. We're tied at 6. Next Trojans possession, Marcus Colbert. He's going to take the right side, meaning goes to the right, and he gets in for 6 more. Post Falls wins this one 39-20. Let's go Lakeland, Colville. A little drum roll, please, for Lakeland traveling to Colville. The Indians' running game of success early on. Anthony Walsh rumbling 24 yards here. Man, that's some pretty snazzy shooting. Later on the drive, the Indians gonna cash in. Dennis is giving me the look of death. This time, it's Brock Dodds from 6 yards out. That makes it 6-0 Indians. They would miss the extra. Lakeland tries to answer back. Kyle English's pass is tipped by his own receiver. That's not good camera work right there. There it is. All right, Taylor Drillbit for the 23-yard game, but the Indians rolling this one 34-0. A couple other scores for you. Moscow 13-0 winners over Pullman. What is this? A no report for Lewiston Hermiston? That is not fun stuff. And Middleton losing to Sandpoint tonight 36-14.
No report. You know what we do to no reporters? We send them quarters. It's on the mail. All right. Lakeside, West Valley, confusing because both teams are Eagles. The sign says, uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. That would be the Eagles tonight. Good news for the Eagles, though. The West Valley Eagles, that is. DeAndre Ross takes it the final 5 yards, 7-0 Eagles in the first couple minutes. Lakeside gave up a safety after West Valley got the ball back. It's Drew Clausen on the keeper. He's into the end zone. It's 16-0 West Valley before anybody knew it. West Valley's defense good on the night. Quarterback Chad Brinkman of Lakeside down, taken down by West Valley's Tyler Proldevert. And you know what? Good for Tyler. He's got a date after the game. Not much to cheer about if you were a Lakeside fan, but they did force a turnover here. Clausen is picked off by C.J. Tanner. That stopped the drive, but there weren't a whole lot of stops tonight for the Eagles as the Eagles beat the Eagles tonight at Eagles 50-8. All right. Brewster hosting Lynn Ritzville. The Broncos get one on the road tonight. Colfax has to be the team to beat. The B11s, they come up with a victory. Yeah,
you're better than that.
Quarters, we can get the cent. Spring, yeah, we're going to use that line from now on. Thank you, Derek. You're better than that. Springdale 22, Garpal 7 in that one, and that is. You're better than that. Yeah, that's a great line. Great line.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving on now. We got a good one. Riverside at Reardon. The little guy's going crazy. I had a lot of people asking me to put him on TV today. How about 6'4" sophomore quarterback Josh Davis? He looks like a defensive end going deep to Loman Cole to make it 15-7. Reardon led 15-0 going in the fourth quarter. Rams continue to mount the comeback. Dewey Bender gets in on the 1-yard plunge. Rams within 2 now after the 2-point conversion fails. Now late in the fourth, it's Davis. Same combination going up top to Cole again. And that, my friends, winner, chicken dinner. 19 unanswered points in the fourth quarter for Riverside as they go on to win this one 19-15. All right, some more scores for you. It was Asotin, the Panthers, over the Grangeville Bulldogs, 21-13. Pilot Rock loses to Waitsburg Prescott, 35-12. And TOR, the Nighthawks, 32-6 over Liberty.
Part of the Ben Kaplan Express heading up to Chewelah tonight on his way home in Chewelah. We sent him all over the place. This guy, Garrett Anderson, a big Robin Nance fan, but aren't we all? So we gave him a hat to remember her by. Check out this grab, Medical Lake. Ryan Owens, watch this, steals it from the defender, goes in. The ball's on the ground, but he was already in. That's a touchdown, 27-14 lead for the Cardinals. Cougars, they're going to try to answer. They're still trying to answer. Good editing, Ben. Quarterback Sam Fisk loses the football. Where to go? Owens. That's him again. It's the one-man wrecking crew. Takes it all the way in. He's giggity gone. 60 yards into the end zone. Medical Lake with a win on the road, 40-22. Also, Deer Park and Freeman. Freeman playing a home game at the old U High. And not quite sure. I guess the track wasn't ready to walk on over there in Freeman, so we're just going to play football somewhere else. Scotties couldn't hang on to the ball in the first half. David Swanson pass goes right underneath. Hands to Chase Watson. Robert Strong there for the hit by Deer Park. The Stags controlled the first half. Jason Jorgensen on the sweep. Lowers the shoulder. Picks up first down. 28-0 after the first quarter. And Deer Park's defense pitched a shutout in the first half. Swanson's pass overthrown. Mitch Rummer, he takes it back 30 yards for the Deer Park Stags. And you know what that means. No, not a touchdown. We're equal opportunity around here. If you're a field goal kicker, we'll get you on. Zach Moore, he's only a sophomore. That's a pretty good field goal kick out there. 35-yarder, it's good. 31-0 at the half. Deer Park goes on to win at 45-26. Also, St. Mary's going on the road over in Idaho tonight, taking on the Cubs with a K of Kamei, and they fall short, the Cubs with the win.
Just to clear one thing up, if we read the highlights doesn't necessarily mean we shoot the highlights. So apparently Ben kept the good ones for himself and gave bad ones to Keith.
I lost all that stuff, so anyway.
That's what you get for sending me way out there, buddy.
We're going to show you how far we sent Ben for 8-man football coming up. And the Central Valley cheerleaders, they're still here. Take us away, ladies.
Is Friday Night Sports Extra.
We are CB! We are CB!
If you haven't heard them already, the Central Valley cheerleaders here with us. They won the Greasy Pig contest against University High School tonight. Of course, that's a huge rivalry. We move up north for a huge border rivalry. Newport and Priest River. Washington versus Idaho. Already up 21-0 at the half. Spartan defense, too much to handle. The screen pass to Jared Barranco gets eaten up by Chad Yant. Newport, well, they're headed the wrong way. Later, Spartans quarterback Tyler Douglas is going to roll right and try to find a receiver, but he is going to get picked off by Travis Larion. There it is, reaching up for the big defensive play. Fourth quarter now, Newport forced a punt kick, picked up by Tanner Ribideau, and he starts looking for end zone. He gets a block. He's hard to hit in the air. The ball is going to come loose. Right there it is. Rabideau stays down, but Zach Miller comes up with it in the end zone. Here's the final count on this one. It was all Priest River as they beat the Grizzlies by a final count of 34-0. Also, the Badgers of Bonners Ferry all over Kettle Falls State, 34-7 the final.
All right, well, the Ben Kaplan Leadfoot Express in full force tonight through the construction. Where did we go? Well, this way to Curlew for the Cougars and Patero's Billy Goats. This way to the end zone for Billy Goats, Blaven Harvey. The Schnozberries taste like Schnozberry. 90 yards for Sugar. Makes it 26-0 visitors. So they went long for that score. They're going to go ahead and go short for the next one. Nate Taylor from a yard out gets in. It's 34-0 Billy Goats in the second quarter. Curlew trying to get on the board before half. Check out the effort by Chris Smolin. Gets hit at the line, runs over the defender, scampers for the first down. However, Curlew gets shut out in this one, 48-0.
And I got a blueberry for a daughter.
ACH 46, Hunters 20.
I'm lost. I don't know what we're talking about. Cusick's put together a pretty good program over there the last couple of years. Trying to continue that tonight, welcoming in Wilbur Crescent, cooking some burgers, and of course Phil didn't bring any back, just like last year. Cusick comes out swinging though. Spencer Schnanholzer, he dishes a long one to Tyler Owens. Looks like he's going the distance. Get it in there. Oh, shoestring tackle. He didn't get in. You could have had your name on TV. You did anyway. If it didn't work, go ahead and do it again. Schnanholzer hits Owens. This time it's going to finish it up. No catching him from behind. He's into the end zone. 6-0 Cusick. Then after the sun went down, another chance. Look at that, a little dark out there. Another chance for Cusick. Schnanholzer, he wants the milk and the cookies. Can you tell Phil was hungry when he wrote this shot sheet? He goes on, he walks into the end zone. Cusick goes on to win this one 51-22. And Welpinette, we had two teams ready to play. There's no score. Why is that? No officials. Two teams ready to play, no officials. They couldn't play. Boo.
Refs, you're better than that.
Refs, you got to be better than that. We'll see if they can get that game underway sometime in the next few days.
We've added to the Greasy Pig. Ours is a little cleaner. This is actually from the Weather Center of Chris Crocker. So it's two pigs here, and they're celebrating. I'm not sure. Oh, they're celebrating Central Valley's victory tonight. Thanks for being here, ladies. Congratulations. We also had some 8-man football across the ferry. It's in Chelan. It's the only way to get there unless you're coming from the west side. And
Where are the sleeves?
The gun show on the ferry today. I did not know that had armament on it. Early in the first, Odessa scores. Quarterback Jared King takes it in. He gets a block, runs it in himself. Then on the onside kick, Nick Campbell. The huge hit. Oh, somebody answer the phone. It's ringing. That's the Odessa number 11 Express right there. But Inchelium gets tricky. The pitch to Tony Louie, throws it up. The absolute prayer, but Brandon Kohler sticks the landing. The Russian judge, though, gave him a 5.6 for the dismount, but Odessa goes on to win at 54-26. Other scores. Flew at St. John Endicott. They didn't have enough players to play. Kootenai wins that in a forfeit. Lackwash, a big winner at home. Colton Pullman Christian took their fishing poles and won, and they're fishing salmon later. Also, it was Selkirk, a winner over Republic. Wallace is shut out over Clark Fork, and they won't score this much in basketball.
Oh wow.
Lakeside over Mullen in an 8-man game.
The Lakeside people told us they're going to be good this year, so we better listen.
They weren't lying. It was good. John Stockton, big day for him. We'll update you on his Hall of Fame induction tonight, coming up next, Friday Night Sports Extra.
Congratulations to John Stockton, the Spokane native inducted to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame today alongside Michael Jordan, David Robinson, C. Vivian Stringer, and his former coach with the Jazz, Jerry Sloan, 10-time All-Star, 2-time Olympic champion. We're out of time here on the Friday Night Sports Extra. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Keep waiting, ladies. Keep waiting. There you go.